Hi friends, this is Tina and I'm back with one of my special videos, and this video is special because I'm going to be introducing some beautiful poets in front of you. These poets are young, they're budding, and they're absolutely not afraid to voice their thoughts and their opinions onto social media or any other platform. And some of them have their own books. Well, some of them are still thinking of publishing their own books, but then these poets are awesome. I happen to meet some of them and I'm totally impressed by the kind of poetry they exude, the kind of thoughts they have inside them, because at their age I probably, yes, I did start writing when I was 18, but then these young poets are a totally different genre. They're fantastic. They're a fantastic generation of thought leaders, and that is why I bring them to you. The first one that I'd like to introduce before you is a beautiful girl, Shaheen Akhtar, with beautiful thoughts. And she's a Guwahati girl, and she says she loves her city very much. She's a nature girl. She loves nature a lot, and she writes a lot about nature. Her poetry is kind of centered around nature and love and passion and all these things. But even before she discovered that she was a poet, she didn't know that she had this knack of poetry inside her. So it was only in 2015, when her father was diagnosed with a neuro disorder, did she realize that she had the power of writing. She had that power in her pen, and she started penning her thoughts, and she's come up with some beautiful poetry. Her poems are very thought-provoking, and they kind of have a lyrical tone to each one of them. And besides, of course, poetry, and she loves to write about human emotions, she says. And apart from that, Shaheen is a yoga enthusiast. She's very flexible. I've seen her videos on social media. She's extremely flexible. And of course, apart from being beautiful, she is a beautiful woman at heart. And she has pursued her studies from Guwahati. She's a postgraduate in English literature, and she's completed her TEFL certificate course by Intersol India, and she's presently she is an aspirant of an ESL teacher. So that is Shaheen for you, and here she is with one of her poems.
Hello everybody. I'm going to recite a published poem of mine titled To the Mind's Eye. So here it goes. The path is long and wide, their feet covered in white sand as they walk through a village road. One step at a time, their pace is the same. While one walks with a wooden stick, the other holds a finger, slim and thin. A wrinkled face, old vibes, a slouched back, and wise eyes accompany a pair of tiny feet and sparkling eyes. They are generations apart, their worlds so different, but one common thing which ties them is their innocence in tandem. Both walk together, slow and steady, through that bumpy countryside road. Both look ahead towards the road they head, however, their eyes speak a lot. The wise eyes speak of the memories long gone by in the mist of a life's sigh, and visible to the mind's eye, while the sparkling eyes speak of memories yet to be created and lived, and years hence one fine day cherish those when time shall pass by. Thank you.
And now, friends, I bring to you the soft-spoken and beautiful Namrata Talukdar. She is a wonderful writer, and if you look into her social media handles, she writes, she sings, she is a beautiful poet, and she is an acclaimed writer, in fact, and she's a soft skills trainer from Guwahati, and she's the founder of Dreams Endeavor. She's an assistant professor and a lifetime member of iFest. She is currently pursuing her research in computer science, and along with a team of dedicated volunteers, she ensures that the time and money invested will add brilliance to your professional dreams. So here is Namrata Talukdar with one of her poems.
Hi everyone, this is Namrata here. So today I am going to read a very special poem which I wrote on my first flight, and guess who I met there? I met my favorite singer Zubin Garg, and it was an ecstatic moment for me, no doubt about it. So on that flight only I started writing that poem, but I never got the chance to publish it anywhere. But finally, last year 2020 it happened, and it got published, and it's just, you can call my luck or something else, I don't know, but it's published in Alap Potrika, and it was released on 18 November, that is the birthday of Zubin Garg. And I feel so blessed, and I'm also thankful to the editor Nayan Kashyap for it. So today I'm going to read that poem for all of you. So on my first flight, I met my favorite singer Zubin Garg. The poem's name is Destined Encounter, and it is written by me, Namrata Talukdar. Destined Encounter. A love-filled air without a name. Why not christen it as Anamika? We're the first of many to mesmerize and enthrall. A caste was spelled by your voice. Holding the hand of faith, I am on this enchanted voyage. In the abode of clouds and the sky with hopes, I saw you refuse to believe the fate. I saw you again, and my mind sinks with disbelief. Tumi janu hosane moromore maya. Yes, in my first flight of life, I see and feel the presence of the vocals we only heard. Feel the person, a wish to talk and discuss the magnus of feelings stored in his colossal mind of perpetual brilliance. Destiny was smiling on us, wished the time to halt then and there, but the wings of it is unstoppable. It flies and flies, as in my favorite lines, Pakhi meli jauri. And then the jontro in our hand did its work. The task to capture time through the lens took me back to 2004. The album had a role play. The board exams and the songs parallel to each other, counted the shutters in the camera, 1, 2, 3, and the moment got sealed forever. That destined, emotional, and magical encounter with the legend and his ardent fan was over. So, this was my experience when I was moving to Kerala, and me and my husband, we were moving to Kerala right after our marriage, and we had this beautiful surprise in the form of Zubin Garg, and I wrote that poem at that time in 2015. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and stay beautiful. Thank you.
Hey friends, I hope you're enjoying this poetry session by these youngsters. In fact, the next poet is somebody even more incredible. This particular poet is Dr. Gitartha Talukdar, and he's a practicing dentist in Guwahati, and he loves creative writing. He loves to write poetry, he loves to compose poetry, and he has a flair for it. And he says that he has been inspired by one of his teachers, Sabah Al-Ahmed, and who happens to be a friend of mine as well, a friend and a brother. And he is very interested in contemporary issues, and he says that he loves to write articles and he loves to write poetry on these contemporary issues of the day. And Dr. Gitartha also has a unique style of poetry. So let's find out about Dr. Gitartha. Hey friends, I hope you're enjoying this poetry session by these youngsters. In fact, the next poet is somebody even more incredible. This particular poet is Dr. Gitartha Talukdar, and he's a practicing dentist in Guwahati, and he loves creative writing. He loves to write poetry, he loves to compose poetry, and he has a flair for it. And he says that he has been inspired by one of his teachers, Sabah Al-Ahmed, and who happens to be a friend of mine as well, a friend and a brother. And he is very interested in contemporary issues, and he says that he loves to write articles and he loves to write poetry on these contemporary issues of the day. And Dr. Gitartha also has a unique style of poetry. So let's find out about Dr. Gitartha.
So these are a few poems that I have written, and I usually write in this format. It has a unique characteristics that it contains sentences or lines containing only two words, and though these poems that I have written are in couplets, but it is not necessary that it will always be in couplets, but the main characteristics of it, that is sentences having two words, remains. Nowhere I came across poems having such a format, but few days back I discovered a poem written by a poet, author, a columnist. His name is Tommy Tomlinson, and the poem's title is Snowfall. But other than that, I have not come across any such poems. So my poem is titled New India. So here it goes. New India. Skyrocketing inflations, dipping economy, rising poverty, dying farmers, impractical pedagogy, protesting students, brutal rapes, vulnerable femininity, life-taking addictions, devastated youth, deceptive politicians, regressing nation. Thank you.
Up next, friends, we have for you Pooja Bhuiya, another young, budding, aspiring writer and poet. She is from Duliajan. She has done her English literature graduation from Cotton College and a post-graduation from Guwahati University. And reading and writing has always been her passion. So we can understand she has been writing from a very young age. And Pooja believes that writing has the power to portray the society, its problems and the solutions, its traditions and changes, its growth and development. Wow, that sounds so good. She has a whole lot of topics to write on. And presently, Pooja is an assistant professor of English at City College, Tinsukia. So friends, here is Pooja Bhuiya.
Hello everyone, this is Pooja Bhuiya and I am going to read out one of my compositions out to you today. Poetry has often been a passion and luckily I managed to get some of my poems published. Subjects close to my heart are experiences of day-to-day life, tidbits, and some serious topics like voicing the subjugated section and so on. The subject of my poetry that I am going to recite to you today is about the first love, is about the tidbits of and the bittersweet taste of first love. I think it's quite an universal experience, and mostly first loves go either unrequited or at certain times ends at a bitter note. But whatever the memories keeps traveling with us, lingers through our lives, no matter how far we manage to carry ourselves away to. So here goes my poem by the title, A Palimpsest of Love. I hope you like it. A Palimpsest of Love. When you held my hand, my heart skipped a mile. Blind I was to imagine to be loved by you. Never did I know that my love was only a palimpsest. You were never there, only I wasn't aware. I couldn't see through the mask you wore, but now I know, my love, you hold my hand no more. Now I know, my love, it was but only a palimpsest of love. The road was too narrow for both of us to walk, but you played me like the piper, and I followed you blindfolded into your charms. Oh, I didn't care for a better way. Oh, how I loved you so. Yes, all these springs and more I have loved you. Now that it has run into an uncanny tunnel of no return, let me tell you, my beloved, I still walk by the same narrow route, trying to hold on to my piper. But you have traveled far away in search of a new tune and the new muse you have now. Oh, how I remember my mother say, oh, how she took a deep sigh, that your love was but only a palimpsest of love. Thank you.
Hey friends, I hope you're enjoying the poetry by the different poets, these different young poets, and I'm sure you must be liking them because their words are so intense and so beautiful. But let me now present to you our next poet, who is Snehal Deb. He's a young poet. He is a civil engineer by profession, and he likes to define himself as an explorer. He grew up in Dibrugarh and then he shifted to Guwahati, and in his thirst for new ventures he has taken up multiple hobbies like traveling, painting and poetry. And he started writing down his thoughts when he was just 12 years old. Imagine, Snehal was just 12 years old when he started writing, and this was in Dibrugarh that he started writing, and since then he has been writing countlessly all along in different publications, different newspapers. And I must tell you something about Snehal. I met Snehal at one of the poetry sessions, and I'm privileged that I met Snehal Deb there. He has a poetry book to his name, and it is titled Whispers from Horraighat, and this is a Wisen Monk publication. And this he had released on the 10th Jeevan Kite Festival, Guwahati. And he draws his inspiration from the Horraighat and the Brahmaputra. He says that. So now it's over to Snehal with one of his poems.
Hello everyone, I am Snehal Deb from Guwahati, and I'd like to recite a new poem written by me titled The Day When All This Is Over. The day when all this is over, I'll still wear my mask, as it is part of my attire. But if it makes me breathless again, I swear to not tolerate it any longer, as if it was never a part of my attire. The day when all this is over, I'll still stand 6 feet apart while talking to my best friend, discussing weekend trips and life. But if the lack of human touch bothers me too much, I promise to hug him as if we never stopped hugging each other. The day when all this is over, I'll still hesitate to go on trips, as trips won't be part of my calendar. But if I can manage some spare cash and time, instantly will devise an itinerary as if we never halted our travel far. The day when all this is over, I'll still prefer calls over meetings, as it will be norm by then. But if my colleagues insist, I will ride my bicycle through the street to meet them as if we never stopped meeting over. The day when all this is over, I'll still prefer takeaway over dining, as dictated by new hygiene policy. But if my family misses the good old days, I swear to take them to buffet dinner as if there were no restrictions on coming over. The day when all this is over. Thank you. Recently, I got published in this book, Whispers from Horraighat. It's published by wisenmonk.com. I hope everyone reads this book based on my poems, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to recite my poem.
Okay friends, I hope you are enjoying the poetry by these young Turks. Well, there's more to come, and here we have poet Abhishek Bagra, who is a CA aspirant, and last year he happened to meet a couple of CAs who were actually into writing, but though it was during a CA orientation course. And he feels that it is indeed his luck that he happened to meet these CAs, because that is what has changed his entire feeling towards writing. And then he says that now this writing is a way to discover himself. While he was actually on a journey to discover himself, and when he started writing, he feels that now he's being able to have a clear understanding of who he is and what his soul is speaking about. That is what he's saying. And he says that I don't take writing as a serious world of mine, as I'm still at a budding stage and still expressing this world. That's quote unquote Abhishek Bagra who says that. And then when he gets the hint that yes, I can write, and he needed a pen name, he writes in the pen name of Freelancer Poet. So if you want to search for him, it's Freelancer Poet. You're going to get him all across. He writes across different social media platforms. And he says, quote, because I feel that this poetic me is different than the real me, who is introverted, is shy to express at times, whereas the poetic me is opposite of it. So he has a very beautiful expression of his poems in his words and his poetry. So I think you should hear him out.
मैं हूँ जो हूँ कि कुछ तो हूँ कि है वजूद मेरा भी कहीं। मैं हूँ जो हूँ कि कुछ तो हूँ कि है वजूद मेरा भी कहीं। टूटा हुआ ही सही टुकड़ों में मैं भी हूँ कहीं। धुंधली सी ही सही मंजिल मेरी भी है कहीं। गुमनाम हूँ मैं अभी, गुम मगर मैं हूँ नहीं। इस भीड़ में फ़िलहाल दिख रहा हूँ मैं नहीं। इस भीड़ में ढूंढो ज़रा मैं भी हूँ कहीं। मैं हूँ जो हूँ कि कुछ तो हूँ कि है वजूद मेरा भी कहीं। इस जगमगाती दुनिया में शायद चमक फीकी मेरी थोड़ी सी है पड़ गई। सितारा हूँ मैं, चमक तो रहा हूँ फिर भी मैं कहीं। उस आसमां में उन सितारों के बीच चमक रहा हूँ मैं भी कहीं। मैं हूँ जो हूँ कि कुछ तो हूँ कि है वजूद मेरा भी कहीं। मैं हूँ जो हूँ कि कुछ तो हूँ कि है वजूद मेरा भी कहीं। धन्यवाद।
Alright, so I hope you liked those beautiful poets, those beautiful, young, inspiring, very, very talented poets that I presented before you. Now, there must be a question in your mind, why exactly did I promote these young poets? Why did I promote these young writers? Why did I make a video on them? Well, I made a video because they are very talented, very creative, very artistic, very articulate, and they are not afraid of speaking out their minds. And that is why when you watch this video, I want you to be influenced, to be inspired by these young leaders. They are young leaders because they write on various different topics. And if you want to be a writer and if you want to be a poet, you can start reading their poems, you can start reading about them, and you can be influenced by them because they are very big influences. They might be young, but then people younger to them, even people like me, are totally inspired by the kind of poetry they write. And so I thought that I should make a YouTube video, and I thought I should completely dedicate a video towards them because it is very important that I raise their level. I put them on a pedestal so that all of us are proud, and we can just sit back, relax, and we can just applaud them when they win an award or they are getting a lot of praise from other people. That is why I brought these people before you, for you to praise them, for you to like them, for you to love them, and for you to read their poetry, so that younger generations, even older ones, are going to be inspired by them. They are inspirational. Please bless them. Please help them to grow by liking their works wherever you find them. These are some of the poets that I got before you. Maybe I will be making more videos on more poets and more writers, so that they get a lot of encouragement. That is my purpose. That is my purpose of making this video. I want them to grow through encouragement, through inspiration, and through our prayers. So of course, don't forget to like this video and to share it, because there are a lot of poets who need this promotion. Okay, all right, I love all of you so much. Do take care, and I'll see you soon.